Stop recording. Stop recording. Speech off.
Hello YouTube, today I'm going to teach you guys how to use an at-home wrist blood pressure monitor properly. So first things first, look at the case of your monitor because all blood pressure monitors are going to have different cases. You'll know if you have it right side up because on the top there'll be a crease, which they say you can put your elbow on this while taking measurements, but I don't know, my elbow doesn't really fit on that too good. My elbow is gigantic. And you'll know if you have the case right side up because the lip will be on the bottom. Now go ahead and pull the lip to open it. And it's very easy because inside you'll only see one piece, the blood pressure monitor itself. And close the case. And put it somewhere where you'll know where it's at. Now, the next step 2, is to get to know your monitor. Like kind of feel your monitor and see what all the buttons do. Which on my monitor, this is made by a company called Lot Fancy. And on my monitor, on the top you have your LCD display.
Did you hear about the fire last night?
I think it's an LCD. I don't know if it's an LCD or an LED. And then right below that you have 3 buttons. The settings button. Oops, I just pressed it. The settings button. The start button, which is right in the middle. And the adjustment button. Or the memory button. On the side where the cuff goes into the unit, on the left side, you'll feel the battery back. You just put your thumb in there, lift it up to pull it off, and then just push it back on to put it on. And on the right hand side, you'll just see a label. On the top, there's a little hole, which I think is for the speaker, but I'm not honestly sure. And on the back is your built-in cuff. Now, let's teach you how to put this on properly and how to use it. Step 1, find the little Velcro strip on the cuff that you can pull. Step 2, pull the Velcro strip all the way up until it comes off. Step 3, feel the cuff and feel what just happened. The cuff just opened up. Now, as if you were putting on a watch, slide your arm into the opening. Then turn the unit so it's facing the inside of your wrist, which is right above your palm. Then lay your wrist on a desk or a table and lift up on the strap and then pull it down hard so it's tight. After making sure it's secured, after make sure it's nice and secured, place your elbow, prop your elbow or your arm up on the table, and locate the start button. On mine, the start button is right in the middle, so I'm going to go ahead and press it, and it will tell you what it's going to do, and then the cuff will inflate, and this should take about 30 seconds. Sometimes you got to press it more than once.
Keep quiet, start to measure.
Alright, now it's going to cycle through and you're going to hear it pump up.
Wasn't anywhere in the room. Chapter 4. I can't believe it, the man said. That bank was here last night. I know because I put money in. Would anyone have moved it to a different spot at the firehouse? Officer Fallon asked. Dan shook his head. We kept it here in the TV lounge so everyone would be reminded to drop coins in. Plus, the thing weighs a ton. Officer Fallon handed Josh his jar of coins and took out a notebook. Did you put out that meadow fire last night? He asked.
Systolic pressure 126 millimeter of mercury. Systolic pressure 81 millimeter of mercury. Heart rate 107 beats per minute. According to WHO, guidelines, your blood pressure is normal.
And there you go. Now just press the button to turn it off. And should I not forget to mention that when you prop your arm or elbow up, place the screen of the unit flat on your chest, so it's on your heart, and that way it won't move if you place the screen of the unit right on your heart to keep it flat and steady. Now I'll teach you the steps for another unit, because in case if you guys get any of these 3 units, you'll know how to use them.
Someone who loves money and hates ducks, Josh said. Could it have been the car I saw last night?
Now this next one might be not too accurate, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Now this is the instructions for the SureLife talking blood pressure monitor, which did not come with a case, so I had to provide my own. Which I do have a case that my old Radio Shack blood pressure monitor came in that false reads all the time. But anyways, that's beyond the point. Now on this SureLife machine, it's a little bit smaller, but on the top you have nothing, but I see a little jack. I don't know what that is. And on the front you have the display. And right up on the right corner, right above the display, like right on the kind of on the top corner, on the top right corner, right above, like right kind of to the right of the display, up on the top corner, you have a little button that sticks out. That is your start and stop button. Press it once to start it, press it again to stop it. The next button is your settings button, I think, but I'm not sure. The button below that is the average button, which will tell you your average pressure. And pressing the last button once will tell you pressing this last button multiple times will tell you your last measurements. So first, let's put this thing on and take a measurement and see how this goes. So same thing, pull the latch, pull the little Velcro strap up till it won't go any further. Now put your arm through it like you're putting on a watch. And put this on and then turn it so it's on the inside, facing palm. Then lay it flat on the desk and lift it up and tighten it up. And there we go. It's nice and tight. Now go ahead and prop your elbow up and then press the start button. Put the screen on your heart and press the start button. And I want to warn you guys, this one is really quiet, but here we go. You may hear it go beep beep. Now listen to this. You might have heard that click. This thing likes to squeeze you. Like, I like this one, but it likes to squeeze you to death. And it's not always like I know they say it's accurate. Oh man, that thing squeezes. Oh man, it doesn't hurt, but it's about to stop. I know they say it's accurate, but I don't think it's that accurate. Now I'm going to let you listen real carefully.
Can you explain, Mr. Pocket? Mr. Pocket smiled. I noticed a shiny head and a duck's beak. Now I realize the man must have had a shaved head and a large nose. Officer Fallon thanked Mr. Pocket and wrote down his phone number. The man and his dog continued their walk. That guy driving the Jeep must have been the thief, Josh blurted out. The duck bank was in the passenger seat. When Mr. Pocket saw the Jeep, the driver had probably just stolen the bag.
Your blood pressure is systolic 125 millimeter of mercury, diastolic 76 millimeter of mercury. Your pulse was 101.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was beautiful. Okay. So, yeah, this thing can be accurate when it wants to be. But, yeah, normally it's not very accurate. But, yeah, that was beautiful. That was great. Alright, now I'm going to turn it off by pressing the start button again. And you'll hear it say,
measuring over.
which I absolutely like. So we have a 126 over 81 and a 125 over 76. So on the last unit, we'll see what the last unit gives us. So just like I said before, to put it away, you want to make sure you open the case and place the screen down and the cuff up. Then close the case and make sure it latches down so you don't lose it. And last but not least, instructions on the Smart Heart Premium Talking Wrist Blood Pressure Monitor. Now this one I really like because it's got a nice big cuff. So like I said, we had a 125 over 81 and a 126 over 76. A 126 over 81 and a 125 and 25 over 76. So let's see what this gives. And the thing I like about this one, it's a nice big cuff. So I can just slide my arm through it like I'm wearing a watch. Turn this around. And then pull this so it's tight. It's real tight. There we go. It's nice and tight. Now place your arm up on the desk, put the screen against your heart, and press the on button, which is right in the middle. Oh yeah, I should tell you that. So the first button, just like on the other ones, is your setting button. The middle button, the big rectangular one, is your start button. And the next square button is your memory button, which actually you can choose between 3 languages on this one. After this, we'll look at settings on each unit. So I'm going to go ahead and put this against my heart and then press the start button. And this one, see, the thing I love about this one is this one prompts you through everything. And you'll see what I mean here in a sec.
Officer Fallon thinks the crooks said it, Josh said. We figure they did it to get you to leave the firehouse.
Sometimes it doesn't like to start right away.
Near where the fire was set.
You'll see why I love this one.
The man walking his dog saw a jeep speeding up Main Street.
Please ensure that the cuff is at the same level as your heart. Do not move and keep quiet. Now if you are ready, let's see.
Now I want to see if you guys can hear the click of this starting.
Didn't see any vehicles going or coming back. Did you see anyone hanging around here? Ruth Rose asked. Jake leaned down and gave Hal's ears a gentle rub. Not last night, but a few days ago, some guy was poking around in here. He used our bathroom and left. Did he see the duck bank? Dink asked. Probably. The thing's pretty hard to miss, Jake said. Do you remember what he looked like? Josh asked. Jake shrugged. Big guy, as tall as me, but heavier, he said. Oh, and his ears really stuck out. Looked like he had 2 over.
About a 30-second measurement.
To his head. Chapter 6. The kids thanked Jake and left. That guy could have been the robber, Ruth Rose said. I think so too, Dink said. The thief would have to be big to
Your
carry that
systolic pressure is 134 millimeters of mercury. Your diastolic pressure is 81 millimeters of mercury. Your heart rate is 107 beats per minute. Your blood pressure is high normal. A possible irregular heartbeat was found. Measurement complete.
Now I don't know why it says that because I don't have any irregular heartbeats. But yeah, this one, as you can tell, it's clinically accurate. And yeah, as you can tell, it just gave a little bit. It actually gave a little bit higher reading than the other ones did. The Sugar Life gave a 125 over 76. The Lot Fancy one gave a reading of 126 over 81, and the Smart Heart Premium Talking Wrist Blood Pressure Monitor gave a reading of 134 over 81. So yeah, you can definitely tell this one gave a higher reading than the other two. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to look at settings now on each unit. Not for the Sugar Life because I do not know how to do those, but we'll do the Lot Fancy and the Smart Heart. Pull this off. Okay, so if you want to change the language on the Smart Heart, you press the button on the left, the first button, 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you pass the start button and you press the next square button.
Español.
Spanish,
Français.
French, off, and
English.
English. I'm going to keep it on English. And if I press that first score button one more time, and I press, so it'll be 7 times, and then I press the other score button,
English. 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 English.
as you can tell, we have 6 volume levels ranging from that low to 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, there you go. You have 6 different volume levels.
English. 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 English.
It's nice and loud. I always keep it on 6, and then to save your settings, just press the start button, the big rectangular one in the middle. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you the lot fancy settings, but it's going to be more basic. Like, there's not going to be much more you can do. Like the settings for the lot fancy one are very basic. As you'll see here in a second, they're very basic. Alright, here it is. It really looks very similar to the Smart Heart, except the cuff is absolutely tiny. Alright, so let's do the first button on the left. The first button, these are rectangular, all rectangular. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press the other one on the right to the right of the start button. Okay, that didn't do anything. 7, maybe? 8, maybe? Yep, okay, so this one right here, press the right button once, talking's off. Press it again, talking's on, off, on, off, on. And then press it again, and you press the right button. The 6 different volume levels. There we go. And see, you don't have other languages, and you just press start to save it. There you go. And that's how you change it. And you can't now the weird thing is, if I put these units on my right arm, they give a weird reading. So we're going to do another little experiment. And I'm going to put all of these on my right arm, not on my left arm this time, but on my right arm, and see what kind of weird, wacky result we get. Because I have normal blood pressure, but for some reason, when I put this thing on my right arm, it does not like my right arm. I don't know why, but it does not. Alright, so here we go.
Keep quiet. Start to measure.
Watch out for the forklifts. The kids found themselves in a giant room filled with workers, boxes, and men and women were unpacking crates and loading stuff on carts. Look, Josh said. A yellow forklift stopped near a bunch of boxes stacked on a pallet. The driver pulled a lever and the forklift's 2 arms lowered. The truck moved forward and the arms slid under the pallet. The driver moved the lever again and the arms raised the pallet of boxes off the floor. Suddenly, the forklift began to back up and beep. The kids and Mr. Rob stepped back as the forklift carried the pallet to the other end of the room. Cool, Josh said. I wish I had one of those things. Mr. Rob chuckled. They're pretty expensive, kiddo. Now follow me. He led the kids to a tall, wide opening like a garage door. If you go down those steps, Mr. Rob said, pointing, you'll see a stack of pallets on
Systolic
the
pressure 134 millimeter of mercury. Systolic pressure 69 millimeter of mercury. Heart rate 105 beats per minute. According to WHO guidelines, your blood pressure is high normal. A possible irregular heartbeat was found.
Okay, we got a 134 over 69 on that one. It's pretty good. Which normally on my right arm it does not read properly. So I'm very surprised that it did. Because normally on my right arm it likes to screw up. Alright. Now let's go ahead and do the Sure Life one on my right arm. Now this one is... Whoa. There was my other phone on the floor. Now this one is really picky. Like, it likes to have things done... Oh, great. My rug is messed up again.
So when he got to River Road, he either turned right toward Blue Hills or left toward Harbor. Let's go talk to Mr. Pockets, Ruth Rose suggested. He might remember which way the Jeep turned. Where do we find him? Dick asked. He lives at
I'm gonna get all messed up here.
Way Road, Ruth Rose said. Josh laughed and shook his head. How can you remember stuff like that? He asked. Ruth Rose just smiled. The kids collected
Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Now, like I said, on that one we got a 134 over 69. Now, I don't know what we're going to get on this one because, like I said, this one is very picky on how it's done. Like, this one is very, very, very picky on how the blood pressure is taken. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, this thing is so picky. Can I tell you how picky it is?
Would you mind closing it behind you? Randolph thinks he can go exploring without me. Ruth Rose.
Alright, I'm going to prop my elbow up.
Measuring over.
I'm going to prop my elbow up. Prop my arm here.
Hal looked up at Randolph.
Actually, let me try that again
Measuring
because
over.
I like to put it against there and then press it.
He set his dog on the porch near Powell. Then he stood and removed a bunch of newspapers from a long bench. Please sit, he told the kids. The kids lined up on the bench. Mr. Pocket dropped back into his chair. A pair of eyeglasses lay on a little table next to the chair. Mr. Pocket put on his glasses and smiled at the kids. Now, please tell me what's going on, he said. I'm all the interest in this Jeep. The kids told Mr. Pocket about the money being collected, the fire, and the theft of the duck bank. That wasn't the passenger you saw in the seat next to the driver, Dink said. It was the duck bank. Well, I'll be there, Mr. Pocket said. I remember thinking it was strange how the moon reflected off his face. And all the time it was a plastic duck.
Error. Please take measurement again.
Yeah, see, this thing is really picky, so I'm going to have to hold it to the side instead of doing it like that on this arm. I'm going to have to hold it to the side like this. There we go.
I truly believe he aimed his Jeep straight for the river. Went into the water, he said. The old man nodded. Yep, unless that Jeep knew how to fly. That would explain why the guys in the fire truck didn't pass the Jeep, Dink said. I'd like to make a donation for your duck bridge, Mr. Pocket said. He fished a small leather pocket in his pocket. He leaned over and handed it to Josh. The boys laughed at him. Thanks a lot, sir, Josh said as he accepted the money. Behind the bank,
Your blood pressure is systolic 120 millimeter of mercury, diastolic 73 millimeter of mercury. Your pulse was 108.
Oh, okay, wow, we got a 120 over 73 from the Sure Life. Perfect reading.
Measuring over.
Perfect reading. 123 over 70. No. You know, here's the thing. If you want to know what that last one was, you just press the last button, which is on the bottom.
Last time, systolic 120 millimeter of mercury, diastolic 73 millimeter of mercury. Your pulse was 108.
Yeah, 120 over 73, that's actually really good. That's actually that's a perfect reading right there. And yeah, now we're going to do the last one, which is the Smart Heart Premium Talking Wrist Blood Pressure Monitor. You want to see how this one compares. Now, I have dropped this one, but it seems to be working fine now. I dropped it a few times, but normally this one does not do very good on my right arm. But we'll see what happens. Like, normally it'll give me like a outrageously high reading. Alright. Alright, let's see what happens. Here we go.
Did you see how big that guy was? Think asked. Not only that, Josh said, did you notice his ears? Mushrooms. Chapter 9. That was the thief, Ruth Rose said. But what was he looking
Ensure
for?
that the cuff
Think
is
asked.
at the same level
Maybe
as
the
your
bag
heart.
fell out of the
Do
jeep
not
that was
move
crossing,
and keep
Ruth Rose
quiet.
suggested.
Now, if you are ready,
Pretty
let's
big.
begin.
Now, guys, listen for this click.
Wouldn't he be able to see it just lying in the water? Well, he found something, Ruth Rose said. And I'm going to find out what, Josh said. He looped Powell's leash around the tree, pulled off his sneakers, and started wading into the water. Wait for me, Dink said, yanking off his own sneakers. I'm coming too, said Ruth Rose, kicking off her sandals. They pushed their feet through the warm, shallow water. Dink could feel the fine sand between his toes. The water was so clear he could see the tiny pebbles on the bottom. It's getting kind of muddy, Josh said, a few yards ahead of Dink. Suddenly, Josh stopped. He turned around with panic on his face. I'm stuck, he cried. As Dink watched, Josh started to sink. The water was up to his knees. I can't pull my feet out, Josh yelled. I think it's quicksand. Wait a minute, Dink said. He lunged ahead and grabbed
Your
Josh's
systolic
arm.
pressure is 113 millimeters of mercury. Your diastolic pressure is 71 millimeters of mercury.
Wow.
Your heart rate is 106 beats per minute.
That-
Your blood pressure is optimal. A possible irregular
Wow.
heartbeat was found. Measurement complete.
Wow, that's actually the best out of all this whole out of this whole video.
But the more he struggled, the deeper
That's got to be the best reading we've gotten.
he yelled. Get on your back.
Now, if you want to see your memory, you press the one right to the right of the start button a few times,
His legs were still stuck, but
and it will say,
Your memory, 1. Your systolic pressure is 113 millimeters of mercury. Your diastolic pressure is 71 millimeters of mercury. Your heart rate is 106 beats per minute. Your blood pressure is optimal. A possible irregular heartbeat was found.
Rose was right behind him.
like, Lily, that's like the best reading that we got from this whole YouTube video. So,
The way you are.
in conclusion, which one of these monitors would I recommend you guys?
He grabbed the last one. Hold on.
Well,
And then pulled the last
I would recommend
suction on his legs.
either any one of these.
But Jake
The Sure Life is great. I mean, actually, let me put it this way:
when Dink peeked,
the Smart Heart and the Lot Fancy
flashed ashore.
are the two best.
Thrust the ladder.
The Sure Life is all right,
Josh could grab
but the thing I don't like about it,
the ladder.
here, actually, we're gonna do a little comparison before I end this. I'm gonna put them all out here so I can get to them easier.
Side by side, catching
Sure Life, Lot Fancy, and Smart Heart. Now what we're going to do a comparison of is the way it reads the blood pressure readings. So first, let's do the Smart Heart.
What were you kids doing out there? Lenny asked.
Memory, 1. Your systolic pressure is 113 millimeters of mercury. Your diastolic pressure is 71 millimeters of mercury. Your heart rate is 106 beats per minute. Your blood pressure is optimal. A possible irregular heartbeat was found.
Alright, there we go. Shut this one off. Now let's do the Lot Fancy next. So I'm going to do the same thing, just press the right the very right button.
Officer Allen jumped out and practically slid into the river in his haste. "You kids all right?" he said, looking for
Memory 2. Systolic pressure 102 millimeter of mercury. Systolic pressure 87 millimeter of mercury. Heart rate 87 beats per minute. According to WHO, guidelines your blood pressure is high normal.
I was a Navy SEAL and
See, I love those two readings. I love those two readings. But what you're about to see here, I love the way, I like the way the Sure Life reads, but I don't know, it's not the best. And you'll see why here right now.
Last time, systolic 120 millimeter of mercury, diastolic 73 millimeter of mercury. Your pulse was 108.
See, that's the only thing I don't like. Like, it doesn't tell you if it's normal or not, because, you know, if someone is going to be using this, I'm going to put these away while I talk, but if someone is going to be using this, and they don't know much about blood pressure, like, they're going to be like, is that normal, or is that wrong? But if you hear something like this, actually, you know what, just for the fun of it, let's do them both at the same time.
I think I have the answer, Lenny said.
Memory 1. Memory 1. Systolic pressure. Memory 2. Your systolic pressure 102 millimeter of mercury. Systolic pressure 87 millimeter of mercury. Heart rate 87 beats per minute. According to WHO guidelines, your blood pressure is high normal. A possible irregular heartbeat was found.
And the other thing I like about the Smart Heart compared to the Lot Fancy, like, I do love the Lot Fancy as well, but the thing that I love about the Smart Heart compared to the Lot Fancy, the Smart Heart talks nice and slow. Like, here, I'll let you hear them individually again.
Speech on. Stop recording. Speech
I'll
off.
let you hear them individually again. Now listen how slow this one talks. If I can get into the memory system.
Lenny held the forehand of the cable. "Okay," Jake calls to Lenny. "Go fishing." Dragging the cable and hook, Lenny half floated, half swam out into
It's not the easiest thing to do.
Josh and Ruth Rose hunkered down under
Okay, I just did it a second ago.
Al's head was resting on Josh's.
Your memory 1.
There we go.
Your systolic pressure is 113 millimeters of mercury. Your diastolic pressure is 71 millimeters of mercury. Your heart rate is 106 beats per minute. Your blood pressure is optimal. A possible irregular heartbeat was found.
Okay, there's the Smart Heart. Now we're going to do the same thing on the Lot Fancy. Now listen to this. You guys will know what I mean.
Josh yelled. "That's not Pat," Jake said. "If he gets in trouble, we'll haul him out by the cable." Suddenly, the surface of the water went up. Lenny popped up like a cork on a fishing line. He began spitting and shaking mud from his arms and shoulders. "What took you so long?" Jake yelled.
Memory 1. Systolic pressure 134 millimeter of mercury. Systolic pressure 69 millimeter of mercury. Heart rate 105 beats per minute. According to WHO guidelines, your blood pressure is high normal. A possible irregular heartbeat was found.
Yeah, see, I like both voices. Oh, the start button's stuck. There we go. No, I don't want it on. But, yeah, I like the Smart Heart's voice and the Lot Fancy's voice because, I mean, something almost makes me think that that company is somehow affiliated. Because these devices look exactly the same. Like on the Smart Heart, you have the settings button, the start button, and the memory button. And the button that tells you your average value. And the Lot Fancy one, you have the same three. The settings button, or the menu button, the start button, and the measurement button that tells you your last measurement. or your memory bank button. I'll put these away. And yeah, like, you know, I would definitely recommend these two, the Smart Heart and the Lot Fancy, to you guys. But here's one thing to note. If you have a hard time understanding accents, like, if you can't, like, if you, now, don't worry guys, I'm not trying to, like, throw anyone out there in any way, but, you know, if any of you guys have, like, hearing loss, or, like, can't hear strong accents very well, then I would definitely recommend getting the Smart Heart, because the Smart Heart Premium Talking Blood Pressure Monitor has a U.S. English voice, and if you're and if you speak other languages, you can put it in either French, Spanish, or off for no talking. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and let me know which blood pressure monitor you like the best in the comments. But yeah, I think the Lot Fancy and the Smart Heart were the best, because I didn't mind the SureLife blood pressure monitor. The only downfall, the only flaw that with it I don't like is that the way it reads the blood pressure. Because, like I said, just as a little refresher, unlike the Smart Heart and the Lot Fancy, it reads the blood pressure like this.
Last time, systolic 120 millimeter of mercury, diastolic 73 millimeter of mercury. Your pulse was 108.
Which I do love that, like I said, but the only thing I don't like, is how it doesn't tell you if it's normal or not, because, you know, well, I mean, I guess that's what professional ones do, but still, like, a professional one should tell you, because, like, you know, let's just say, like, if you're, like, an older person, or, like a person that doesn't know much about blood pressure, and you don't know if your blood pressure is normal or not, like, and if it doesn't tell you it's normal, like, how are you supposed to know if you're blind and you can't see? So yeah, that's why I'd recommend either getting the Smart Heart or the Lot Fancy, because they actually tell you if it's normal or not. And the Smart Heart's good too, because you have three extra language options, which I really like. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and peace.